to be a world champion. I want to be undisputed champion of the world. I want to be the first ever world champion from Liverpool. And I'm going to do that. I know that's in my destiny. I know it's in my fate. Whether it's the next fight or the next 10 fights, I'm going to be a world champion. It's that simple. If you want me to fight Justin next, if you want me to fight Posh Boy next, if you want me to fight Chorizo next, if you want me to fight Charles next, anyone can get it.
One of the biggest fights in the lightweight division. I am, of course, talking about Paddy Pimblett taking on Ilia Topuria. These two have been going back and forth at each other for a long time. They absolutely hate one another. They've been going back and forth, talking shit, throwing bottles of water at one another, okay? Calling each other names. They even stood in the middle of a UFC octagon after Ilia Topuria knocked out Charles Oliveira. Paddy Pimblett got in the cage. They squared up.
Starts calling out Ilia Topuria, the winner of Holloway versus McGregor. There was fighting. I guess that fight ain't happening. Maybe you could get Holloway though. But I reckon December, Ilia Topuria, Paddy Pimblett. Why not, man? Let Paddy Pimblett have his summer. He's back on momentum. You have to cash in on Ilia Topuria versus Paddy Pimblett. You just simply...
He hasn't stopped tweeting about me all week, lad. He needs to sort his life out.
Back in your mouth, please, loudly, shut up, man.
What did you say, Jared, anyway?
No,
that little bum's irrelevant. As a boy, you little mongrel.
De corazón. Hey.
English,
hey.
Yeah?
Hey.
Speak English.
You want to talk to me like the man to man? You said something about me. I went to your country. I slap your face. I get at the wasting win. I walk like a king in your street.
Are you talking English?
And what
there?
you did? What you
Is
did,
that English?
Man? Yeah, of course I
Speak
do.
English for the people,
Shut
lad.
up.
Not German or Spanish like you're from.
I'm talking in English, and you in English. Y que te follen en español.
After UFC 329, the lightweight division has completely changed. Paddy Pimblett shocked everyone by submitting Benoit Saint Denis in just 52 seconds. And now one of the biggest rivalries in the UFC is back in the spotlight. But the biggest surprise came when Michael Bisping suggested that Ilia Topuria may no longer want to fight Paddy. Is the former champion avoiding a dangerous matchup, or is he waiting for the perfect comeback? Meanwhile, Justin Gaethje has also given a clear response about Paddy's title hopes.
We just engaged for 5 rounds and it was very competitive.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? You got to be happy with that.
I didn't quit on me still like a bitch.
No, see, this is part of the stuff I wanted to ask you about. What are your thoughts on Ilia right now?
He's a little bitch, lad. How can you sit there and call yourself a world champion and quit on you still when the going gets tough? You know what I mean? You don't do that. Real fighters don't do that.
It seemed like with Ilia's success, and he was talking about being a 3-weight division champion and stuff like that, seemed like that fight might not have happened between you two. But now it seems like it might be a real scenario. Is that something you're thinking about?
I always wanted to fight him, lad. I think it's inevitable at some point that I'll fight him. It's inevitable. At one point in our careers, our paths are going to cross. It's as simple as that. But, you know, Justin Gaethje beat me, and I said he was going to beat Ilia because I know I'd beat.
Paddy didn't hold Topuria's heart, accused him of giving up when the fight got tough, and made one thing crystal clear. He believes their rivalry is unavoidable. According to Paddy, this fight isn't a possibility anymore. It's only a matter of time.
Quit, Ilia, you little... And this is what I'd do to you. I'd make you quit. Oh! Nice right hand by Justin. Oh! Gaethje always goes for the kill. I know he could leave himself a bit open, being a bit overzealous and trying to finish him, but it doesn't look to me like Topuria's got that power still, lad. And you can see, never faced any adversity in your life, lad, and now you're facing it and you're f***ing quitting like a little I went 5 with him, lad, and kept biting down on me gummy and swinging till the last bell. Ilia's on mount, yeah. Let's see if we can do anything with it. This could steal in the round, definitely, lads, but looks like Gaethje's trying to...
Watching Justin Gaethje break Topuria only made Paddy more confident. He insisted he survived 5 hard rounds with Gaethje while Topuria couldn't, using that as proof he can beat the former champion.
Thank God you quit like a little... My face was worse than yours, you little... Get that Twitter up now, lad. I'm quote tweeting that tweet he sent to me. Justin Gaethje well in, lad. Undisputed champion, you deserve it after your career. But now I want that rematch. I am going to finish BSD and I want that rematch with Justin Gaethje for the undisputed title. I told you, didn't I? It was fate. Justin Gaethje, man, that's off to you. You deserve it for the fucking heavy career you've had. You absolutely deserve it, lad. Everyone gave me shit for getting beat by him. What now? What now, lad? Thought he was finished, thought he was 38, thought he was over the hill, and then he just beat you. Greatest fighter of all time, Ilia Topuria.
Paddy's reaction wasn't just about celebrating Justin Gaethje's victory. It was about proving a point. He praised Gaethje for silencing every critic and reclaiming the lightweight title when many believed his best days were over. But Paddy also made his own intentions clear. He believes beating Benoit Saint Denis puts him right back in the title picture, and now he's determined to earn a rematch with Gaethje and finish what they started.
I think Ilia's ever going to come back the same.
Really?
Yeah.
I understand what you're saying because that can change.
He's never lost before. Like, I lost when I was 18, lad. I had to build myself back up then. Then I lost again when I was 21 when I thought I was invincible.
Yeah.
But he's never lost before, and he's about 27. And his whole aura around his fighting is, I'm unbeaten, no one can beat me. Now he's just being beat by Justin Gaethje, in his words, 38-year-old man. Know what I mean? When he beat me.
Yeah.
And then he just went and absolutely punched his face in for 4 rounds.
It wasn't quite like that, but you're right, though. He did beat him convincingly and did make him...
For Paddy, the biggest question isn't Ilia's skills, it's his mindset. He believes the first defeat of a fighter's career can change everything, especially when that fighter has built his entire identity around being unbeatable. Now, according to Fading to see whether Topuria returns stronger or never looks the same again. Except
Armin versus Justin Gaethje, right?
As we all been saying, thought it would happen, man. Back when he got the Paddy fight, I was like, rightfully so.
But is that it? Is that it?
In my opinion, yes. Armin is
gonna be ready for the rematch.
Armin is ready. I think Ilia is gonna need some time to recover. I'm not sure just winning the title and not defending warrants the immediate rematch.
Yeah.
Not everyone agrees with Paddy's view. Ariel Helwani believes the title picture should move forward with Arman Sarukian getting the next shot at Justin Gaethje, while Topuria takes time to recover before making his return.
Is off for this. Now he doesn't have to press. He doesn't have to be the guy. He chased the knockout against Justin Gaethje to a degree that I think was to his detriment. He was entering a war with Justin Gaethje in a way that he hadn't in the past, and I don't think he needed to, because he wanted to knock him out, because he had built the expectations to this level. He now has the opportunity to not have to worry about that. He now has the opportunity to say, I've suffered defeat, I've made it out of the other side, I'm all good, I'm still a gangster, and he's going to rebuild himself. If anybody's selling Ilia Topuria stock, I'm buying all of it. I will buy every single shred of it.
Ariel Helwani has a completely different view of Ilia's future. Rather than seeing his loss as a setback, he believes it could become the turning point of Topuria's career. With the pressure of protecting an undefeated record finally gone, Ilia can now fight with more freedom and less expectation. Helwani argues that this experience will help him grow, rebuild, and return as a smarter, more dangerous fighter than ever before.
Justin, congratulations. You said you'd leave your mark on my face, and you did. Class. You took the sight from my right eye in the first round, and by the end of the second, from my left too. No excuses. At one of the best camps of my life. I came in sharp, prepared, and ready. Last night was your night. That's the nature of this game. Glory and pain walk side by side. I'll heal, I'll rest, and I'll return stronger, wiser, and far more dangerous. And trust me, this story between us is far from over. We will have our rematch. I mean, that's as good as it gets, right? Credit
Glory
at the
and
top.
walk side by side. Unbelievable.
Still giving out bars. Unsurprising to me. I imagine that he was going to be gracious in defeat. I know he does the predicting everything, celebrating beforehand, showboating, all of that, but it doesn't surprise me that
is amazing.
He's carrying himself with class throughout this. I mean, you see it with all the great champions out.
After days of nonstop debate, Ilia Topuria finally responded with a message excuses. He accepted the loss, thanked that setback would only make him support him, and promised that this setback would only make him stronger. His statement made one thing clear. His confidence hasn't disappeared. While the undefeated streak is over, Topuria believes his journey is far from finished, and he's already focused on earning his way back to the top of the lightweight division.
Gonna need about 6 months off. He broke both orbital bones in his face, okay? I'm not surprised. The man was black and blue, okay? The swelling on the face, the swelling on the nose. It's okay. He'll be back. He'll be fine, right? Will he be the same version of himself? We don't know. We got to assume. I thought the way that Ilia Topuria handled himself after the fight was nothing but class. I think I saw a story somewhere that his brother came over to him and said, how you doing? He said, hey, listen, did the people enjoy the fight? That's the main thing that he wanted to know. And it was a phenomenal fight. Obviously, recency bias, one of the best fights this year, if not of all time. Topuria just lost to Justin Gaethje, so they're both coming off losses. And if he wins against Benoit Saint Denis, well, Ilia Topuria is the former undisputed lightweight champion of the world. So it's still a good, logical matchup. And these two absolutely hate one another. There'll be a lot of drama in the build-up to the fight. And I, for one, want to see it settled once and for all. My dog is here. What do you think? Get out of here. Get out of here. And when you consider the stylistic matchup and what Paddy showed against Justin Gaethje, and the fact that, yeah, he did go 5 rounds, right, it would be a very interesting match.
Michael Bisping believes Ilia Topuria's recovery will take time after suffering serious facial injuries against Gaethje. But despite the loss, Bisping praised the way Topuria handled himself after the fight, calling his attitude nothing but class. He also pointed out that a matchup with Paddy Pimblett still makes perfect sense. Both men are coming off losses to Gaethje. Their rivalry is already personal, and the bad blood between them could make this one of the biggest fights in the lightweight division.
There's two fighters like this with such high profiles like Paddy Pimblett and Ilia Topuria. And there's that much tension, that much beef, that much drama, that much old school footage that they can use, not only squaring up inside the octagon, but at UFC London when they were talking shit and had to be separated by security. I heard stories of them almost getting into fights in the hallways and stuff like that, but there was no cameras rolling. Of course, there was a few water bottles thrown and stuff like that. There's always been heat and friction between the two of them, and now it's lining up absolutely perfectly for a blockbuster match.
According to Bisping, this rivalry has everything fans could ask for. Years of trash talk, heated face-offs, security stepping in, and genuine hatred have already built the story. Now, with believes the timing is finally perfect for Paddy and Ilia to settle their feud and finally in fight lead inside the octagon. He now with
everyone say, oh, BSD was shit anyway. You know what I mean? When 2 days ago it was BSD's gonna smash Paddy, his grappling's well better, he's got too much power for him, this and that, but people just love moving the goalposts with me, and I don't give a move them all you want. As long as I keep winning, I keep getting paid, and keep making steps towards being a world champion, you can say what you want. Anyone can say what they want about me.
Paddy also fired back at his critics after UFC 329. He said people keep changing the narrative every time he wins. Before the fight, many believed Benoit Saint Denis would dominate him, but after the quick finish, those same critics dismissed the victory. Paddy's response was simple: keep talking, because as long as he keeps winning, he's getting closer to becoming world champion.
One of the things I think was a giant factor in the fight is that you have been in wars. You've been in a bunch of wars.
Yeah.
And Ilia really had only had some rough moments against Jai Herbert. Yusuf Zalal gave him some problems, but it was nothing serious. The wars that you've been in, these just down and dirty brawls that you've been in, you're comfortable with the back and forth. You're comfortable with enduring. You know that you're not going to break. If your body holds up, you're going to keep fighting and you can endure. I don't think he'd ever experienced that before. So when you didn't break in the second round, and I think he made a mistake, and I think you're correct about that. You said he made a mistake by going to the ground.
Absolutely.
And that he hurt you to the body.
I told Trevor yesterday, I think, him hurting to my body was one of the main reasons I won.
Joe Rogan believes Justin Gaethje's experience in brutal wars made the biggest difference against Ilia Topuria. Unlike Topuria, Gaethje had already proven he could survive deep waters and keep fighting under pressure. Rogan also agreed that Topuria made costly tactical mistakes, especially on the ground, which shifted the momentum of the fight. But if Paddy and Ilia finally meet, who actually has the stylistic advantage? Michael Bisping has unsurprising.
I think they kind of even one another out. I think Paddy, if he's taken down, is way more dangerous off his back. Benoit Saint Denis does have really good top game, top pressure. I don't think he has the ability to submit Paddy Pimblett. This is mixed martial arts, and one good shot where you rock someone, anything can happen. But Paddy is a high-level grappler, but so is Benoit Saint Denis. That's why I said this one kind of plays out on the feet. Paddy is going to be way more aggressive, having the success against Justin Gaethje that he did. And yeah, I've said it a few times, there was a few technical mistakes. The chin is a little bit high. The shots come at weird angles, but that actually ends up helping Paddy because they're unexpected, weird, non-traditional.
Michael Bisping believes Paddy Pimblett is far more dangerous than many people realize. He says those awkward angles and unpredictable attacks often confuse opponents. Add Paddy's elite grappling and growing confidence after has facing Justin Gaethje, and Bisping sees him as a serious threat to anyone in the division, but not everyone is convinced because Chael Sonnen has a completely different opinion.
People believe if you're coming off a loss that affects you, or if you're coming off a win that affects you. Like, that's been something that has been plagued by the media forever. I mean, the media will always ask a guy, hey, coming off a loss, how important this is to you. It's one of those questions that you just have to learn to tolerate. But if you're coming off a win or a loss or 5 wins or 5 losses, it changes nothing with the effort or how much you want to win tonight. It's one of those things. But I will tell you, a 5-round fight is a wildly difficult proposition. And Paddy the Baddy now finds out that he not only did 5 rounds, he did them with the world's best.
Chael Sonnen doesn't believe a fighter becomes more dangerous simply because they're coming off fights with the same hunger to win. However, every fight starts with the same hunger to win. However, he pointed out that 5-round fights reveal who truly belongs at the top, and Paddy has now shown he can compete at that level. With UFC MMA experts divided, one question remains. Should the UFC finally book Paddy Pimblett versus Ilia Topuria next?
Athletes usually know who's going to win, and Paddy the Baddy essentially selected Saint Denis as an opponent. I never understood why. And there are guys that will shoot themselves in the foot. There are guys, there's a way of, like at the time of the press conference, it seemed like a good idea. Or at the time that you put it out on social media, it seemed like a good idea. And then you start to want to pull that one back. And you become guilty of the old adage, be careful what you ask for because you just might get it. But Paddy the Baddy does not have to be in there with Saint Denis. Paddy the Baddy could be in there with anybody.
Chael Sonnen questioned why Paddy Pimblett chose to fight Benoit Saint Denis in the first place. He explained that many fighters call out opponents in the heat of the moment only to regret it later. But according to Chael, Paddy had the freedom to pick almost anyone in the available, and still accepted one of the toughest challenges available. Meanwhile, Justin Gaethje opened up about what becoming UFC champion actually feels like.
No, it's really not real yet. I was expecting to have like an internal sense of relief that like I don't have something to chase, because I was always chasing this belt, and I was expecting to wake up with like some kind of natural release of pressure, but I don't know. I don't feel that. As the days go by, every day I feel a little bit more. 2 days ago, my dad was like, what was it like waking up being the champion? And I was like, I haven't even thought about that. And then I was, on the shitter like 10 minutes later, and I was sitting there thinking about it. I was like,
After winning the undisputed lightweight title, Justin Gaethje admitted becoming champion still doesn't feel completely real. He expected years of pressure to disappear overnight, but says the achievement is only now starting to sink in. Next, Gaethje explains the mental mistake he believes changed Ilia Topuria's fight.
Competition is the game. I'm very competitive. I'm very petty. I take everything personal. And yeah, when I go in there with I have gone in with expectations, and I said it before the fight. Ilia, like I said so many true things to him, and I think it's such an asset to tell someone the brutal truth, especially someone like him, because it pushes them farther away from the truth. Even if I tell him the exact truth and exactly what's going to happen, and you're making a mistake by having all these expectations, and when we go to round 2 and when we go to round 3 and it's not going as you predicted it or wanted it to or expected it to, then where do you go from there? And I said that exact thing to him, and then that pushed him farther away from it. And
Justin Gaethje believes the fight was decided long before the final stoppage. According to him, as everything would go exactly as planned. When the fight became harder than expected, that confidence started to work against him. Gaethje says adversity is just as important as skill inside the cage. Interestingly, even Benoit Saint Denis had high praise for Paddy before they fought.
You know, I think because Paddy is popular and, you know, he's got a lot of fans, that I feel like there's kind of two ways of thinking about it. Some people do think that he's very legitimate. Others think that he's gotten some help, that he's gotten an easier route, that the UFC likes him, that they've given him the right fights. What do you think about Paddy so far, what he's done, his body of work inside the octagon?
I think people thought like this before the Gaethje fight, and now that Gaethje is champion, they have seen his toughness and that he's a real client in the division. So I'm expecting nothing less than a tough fight.
Did you see much more out of him than toughness, or was that really what stood out to you? It's just heart, toughness, that was the big takeaway, or what else did you take from his fight against Justin Gaethje?
No, I mean, he's well-rounded. He won a round in the fight, clearly, and he had some very good moments, so he's very dangerous as well.
Before UFC 329, Benoit Saint Denis made it clear that he wasn't overlooking Paddy Pimblett. While many critics claimed Paddy had received favorable matchups because of his popularity, Benoit completely disagreed. He pointed to Paddy's performance against Justin Gaethje as proof that he belonged among the lightweight division's elite. According to Benoit, Paddy didn't just show toughness. He also displayed solid all-around skills and proved he could compete with the best fighters in the world. That respect made it clear Benoit was preparing for one of the toughest fights of his career. But despite all that respect, both fighters surprisingly shared the same opinion on one important topic before fight night.
It's all that matters.
One thing that Paddy said, I'll just give you an opportunity to mention it. He's been asked a few times if he would have preferred a 5-round fight, and he said absolutely. This is a co-main event. I would want a 5-round fight. If I had to guess, Benoit Saint Denis did not want a 5-round fight. He wanted a 3-round fight. That's what he said in some interviews. What do you have to say to that?
No, I wanted also a 5-round fight because it's more fun. 10 more minutes inside the octagon, but yeah, I guess it.
Another interesting moment came when Benoit Saint Denis responded to comments about the fight being scheduled for only 3 rounds. Many people believed he preferred a shorter contest, while Paddy openly said he wanted 5 rounds. However, Benoit revealed that he actually wanted a 5-round fight as well. He explained that more time inside the octagon simply means more opportunities to compete, make adjustments, and give fans a better fight. It was a rare moment of agreement between two opponents who were preparing to battle each other. In the end, both men wanted the biggest possible challenge and were ready to prove themselves on the UFC 329 stage. What do you think should happen next in the UFC lightweight division? Should the UFC finally book the long-awaited grudge match between Paddy Pimblett and Ilia Topuria, or does Topuria need another fight before stepping back into a rivalry this big? With opinions divided between Michael Bisping, Ariel Helwani, Joe Rogan, Chael Sonnen, and Justin Gaethje, one thing is clear. This matchup has become one of the most talked about fights in MMA. Paddy believes he's ready to prove he can beat Topuria. Bisping thinks the rivalry has all the ingredients for a blockbuster event. Others believe Topuria will come back stronger after suffering the first loss of his career. No matter which side you're on, the lightweight division has never been more exciting. Now it's your turn. Drop your prediction in the comments. Who wins if Paddy Pimblett and Ilia Topuria finally meet inside the octagon? And if you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss the biggest UFC news, interviews, and fight analysis. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.